Then after that, we are going to have the non-items expenses. So that is how the return looks like. But for it, you're going to have the non-items expenses. So for the non-items expenses, this is how you're going to do the adjustments. So you're going to first pull the CSV file, the Excel file. You're going to first download it. This is how it looks like. So it has the section supplier PIN, supplier names, invoice number, invoice date, supplier description, amount. So this one you're inputting the manual non-items information. So previously we had issues with the supplier PIN because we were saying if you did not have the supplier PIN, if you did not have the items, why are you being requested for the supplier PIN? So these are to receipt, kama ni fuel, kama ni repairs, rent, those receipts, and there's no PIN. So KRA has deactivated this section. So you can either input or not put. So it will go through. Previously, it was not going through without you putting the supplier PIN. But the catch is that you're going to put one by one. So for instance, you have fuel worth 5 million the whole year. But among the 5 million, you have fuel worth 2 million. And by the way, when you download the items data, the items data is giving us information about your purchases and your expenses. So when you're auditing that items data, you remove purchases. For instance, you have purchases worth 10 million. So you're going to see the data, 7 million is purchases, 3 million is expenses. 3 million is expenses of what? Possibly expenses of fuel, expenses of electricity, expenses of repairs. Make sure that you analyze that. So that when you come to do the income tax return, the expenses, if the items gave you expense of 3 million for your fuel, and you have 5 million, you come and see this gap of 2 million, where is it? So that now when you're feeding the 2 million, you feed it properly on this file. I hope Sionge agreed. Someone is able to understand what I'm saying. So that you don't also feed the same information that is in items. Remember here, you're supposed to give us manual and items. So if you have fuel worth 5 million and items has been able to capture 3 million, remember it is capturing from where? You gave that petrol station your PIN number. So when they were giving you those receipts, they were capturing your PIN. But when you come to look at your income statement, your fuel is 5 million. So that 2 million is what you're going to put here. And you're going to put it one by one. So you have receipts like 500 receipts. You're going to feed that entry one by one. Supplier PIN is not necessary. Supplier name, Kenya, for instance, Toto Thika Road, invoice number or receipt number, you put it there. Invoice date or receipt date, put it there. Supplier description, fuel amount. There are some companies who are having 5,000 entries, 6,000 entries, 10,000 entries, depending on the magnitude of the non-items issues. So this is where a bit of problem is coming in. The other catch is, if you don't have, some of us overstate our expenses. You look at your profit margin and the profit margin is so high and you don't want to pay the taxes and you're like, what do I do? You come back to the income tax statement and you hike the expenses. So the expenses will be fuel is 3 million, you hike it to 5 million. You don't have any receipt. This is where now the problems comes in. How will you justify those expenses? So with the filing of 2025, one of the biggest things KRA is going to be able to do with this process is eliminate fake expenditure. Because that expenditure, you have to put it here. Nitarudi kwa maswali. Nitarudi kwa maswali so that I see what your question is. After you do that, you come to upload supporting documents. Hatujamalizia hapo. So after you do these entries one by one, and by the way, the amount that you're going to get out of this, for instance, you put fuel, you put repairs, you put rent, you put marketing costs, all here, all entries, the amount that you're going to get out of this, possibly to be 10 million worth of expense, kuna mahali tunarudi pale kwa system kuiweka. So I'm going to show you how we're going back there. So after that, the information you provided there provide supporting documents. So you're going to scan those information and upload them here. So some of you have, this is 10 MB. So some of you might have more MB than 10. Make sure it's 10 MB. Kama uko na mingi, you can condense or you can sample. But if there are just a few, you can be able to do this. Remember, KRA stated that after we do this, they are going to recheck this data. They are going to upload these files and they are going to check the supporting document that you have provided. So they are going to do a return review of this information. So make sure that you also do it properly. So after that, this is where you're going to put the information. So there's other allowable information. And the number 6, manual and e-teams or teams expense. So the information that you've provided here, you're going to bring it back to this point. You're going to bring it to this point. So it's going to pick it automatically and bring it there. And that is how the return is happening.